Jake's there again. Just click record and Jake the cat is back on screen. Just flinging him off. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Universally Speaking podcast. Joining me today in what feels like forever, Danielle is back on the show. How are you, Danielle?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here.
It feels like a lifetime ago that you were on
Feels
this
like a
show.
lifetime for the podcast, but I saw
Yeah,
you recently,
we
so it
did.
doesn't feel quite as
Yeah.
long.
Had a great time. Had a great time catching up with you, Danielle, in the park, and you were so kind. Obviously, using your staff discount as well.
Yeah.
Did I say that on record? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you were my friends and family, so yeah.
And Kenny, spoiler alert, Kenny's here also.
Hey, yeah, hi. You guys are just having your own little episode. I'm just hanging out in the background.
I was gonna say, Kenny, you got to use the discount as well, and you went for it.
I
You really
did.
did.
I got stuff that I wouldn't normally get. I should have worn my Jaws hat today.
And just for the YouTube viewers, Kenny, you've had a different prop for every episode so far, it seems. Anything to show and tell this
Yes,
week?
I do have a
I
show and tell item.
knew
So,
it.
since we're talking about studios, I figured why not have the
Oh,
globe?
that is so
Wow.
cool. So for the audio listeners, Kenny has got a universal globe, which is he's spinning it. It's very, very cool. When did you get that?
Okay, so I got it on eBay. Danielle knows. Um, they sell it in Universal Japan, so I
Okay.
had ordered it and got it here. $40 later, I got a globe.
That's so
Nice.
cool. Yeah,
Nice.
Kenny and I have eBay problems.
Have you been talking privately about eBay?
I think it was when we walked in front of you and you couldn't hear anything we were saying
Okay.
because the music was so loud.
And also for the YouTube viewers, we've all got themed shirts on. I've got the 30th anniversary shirt on. Kenny's got the what would you call that? I don't know, like a
I
newer style
think
I
they
think
call
it's
them
icon.
like
the
a passport stamp almost shirt, I would
Yes,
say.
yeah.
the vest. Getting the
Like
guns
I
out
was
as
a
well.
huge fan of this when they came out with the style of it. Like I have so many things with that like design
Nice,
on it. Yeah.
nice. And Danielle,
I have a Revenge of the Mummy, the ride
that
shirt.
is so cool. Did you get that from the store from Sahara Traders?
The No, I got this one from eBay because currently in
eBay as
the
well.
gift shop, I'm telling you, in the gift shop, the
eBay.
only the only shirt that has like Revenge of the Mummy, the ride, is a child shirt. So
Yes, that's
that's
right.
yeah,
Why,
yeah.
I've said it
So
before on the podcast. Like, why do kids get the best shirts? Like
it's so frustrating.
they don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
Kids don't appreciate anything. Right, so we've got a really fun episode lined up today. These are the kind of ideas as to why I started this podcast, but they've just been pushed down the line a little bit due to Epic Universe, of course. However, today we are ranking all of the rides at Universal Studios Florida. I'm sure you've probably seen it on TikTok, but it's the kind of school grading system of F being the worst, all the way up to A, and then just above A we have S in these rankings, which is superior. I feel like A would have been suffice, but hey ho, we'll have to go with it. So in terms of how it's all going to work, we aren't choosing our own selections. We'll obviously put forward our own say, but we have to come to an agreement as a three. I just want to say I'm appreciative that Sam's not on this one. Hopefully this won't be as argumentative, but who knows? It could well be. It could well be. Danielle, do you think we're going to be pretty similar with our thinking?
I think if we're not similar, we will agree to place it somewhere still. I don't think there's going to be too much pushback, and if I think there's pushback, I think it's going to come from Jay.
Oh, thank you. Not to name names, but yeah, Jay. I thought you were
We're
going to
going
say
there. It's
Kenny
gonna be
there.
that kind of episode.
And Kenny, another huge lover of studios, as we all are. I feel like you've got some pretty strong opinions yourself.
I do, but I really tried to be balanced. I tried to be
Mhm.
objective. I
Yeah,
tried to leave some nostalgia out of it and like some personal feelings and really grade the rides, on their
yeah.
own merit.
I
And for
love that.
that reason, Supercharged is superior. I'm just kidding.
Don't even joke about that. We're lucky that we're even going to talk about it, but that will be the shortest section of this episode, I'm sure. We all know where that's going. Spoiler alert. No one will argue with me on that one, I'm pretty sure. Just before we get started, then, I also asked you guys, the people on Instagram, you listening, for where you placed each and every ride. So I'll announce those after we've kind of finished each one and decided ourselves. Right then, so we're going to start right at the front of the park in Minion Land, of course. Shall we go to Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem first?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I feel like for rides predominantly for kids, it's a little bit harder for us to rank as we aren't necessarily the target audience. Kenny, do you want to start us off with this one? What's your thoughts on this Minion Mayhem?
I like the ride. I mean, I think it's fine. It's like solidly okay. I really like the story of it,
Mhm.
and I have an affection for the Minion character, so I like it in that sense. But is it like a premier headlining attraction? Not really, but Universal seems to think it is because they keep cloning it at every single park they build. So, are you ready to hear like my ranking for it,
Go
or?
for it, go for it. Where have
Okay,
you got
so
it?
I put it as a solid B. I put it as a B tier
Ooh,
attraction.
that's high. Danielle, what are you thinking?
Really?
I I
Let's
thought when
fight
he
already.
I thought when Kenny said it's a really solid average ride, that's exactly what a C is, and so I'm surprised by the B. But I think when once you are like in the house itself, like you've queued outside quite a bit,
Mhm.
from start to finish, it's a really solid experience because they're really including you. The storyline is easy to follow. The ride is really entertaining. And then when you get off, there's like a dance party. So like they're with you the entire time. So I think the experience itself is pretty solid. And then the ride is cute. I think it's classic. Theme park like plot. Oh, you're going to be a
Yeah.
part of this. I hope nothing goes wrong. And so that's so yeah, I think that, but I'm keeping it in the C. But I'm willing to go. I can push up if needed. But yeah.
Oh, wow, we're disagreeing all three of us already. Because
Oh my God,
Oh,
how low do you have it?
yeah, I'm not a fan of this, right? Like it's hard. Like, how do we rate it as we're a kid going on this? Because kids will love this, no doubt. But
Hmm.
I haven't done it in the past two trips I've been on at all. Well, not once because I don't enjoy it. And I have it. I actually have it in D.
Oh,
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 the shock faces already. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is not a good start. So Kenny,
I'm
you're going
yeah.
B, Danielle C, I'm going D. I mean, I can't go as high as B. I can't. I'm
Mm.
sorry, Kenny. I can probably go to a C and agree with you, Danielle.
okay.
I just there's no way I can give it a D. Thinking of what else I'm going to give a D, and I just think it's above already what I'm thinking of for the D. So I don't want to. I don't
I'm
want to do that,
I'm
but
already hastily
Yeah,
changing my rankings here. I'm like, oh
I
no,
think this is going to be a lot more divisive than we thought.
I know.
So I'm willing to go down to a C for you guys. For
I,
you
I, I
guys,
think C. I think C's fair. Obviously, Kenny, you love Minions, don't you? So I
I
wasn't
do.
expecting a B, but I can understand your thought process there. Danielle, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's like an average fun
yeah,
ride sometimes. Yeah,
yeah.
I just don't enjoy it, and I just choose not to go on it. So that's why I put it at a D. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'm too harsh.
Yeah, I think you're being a little harsh, but you also haven't done it in 2 years. I just
I
say
haven't.
I did it pretty recently and I hadn't done it in a while and I had such a good time just in the pre-show. Like it's funny, like the way the camera's going around
Yeah.
and calling out tourists. It's just really classic in that way. But the actual ride itself is like, yeah, we got it.
And
But yeah,
maybe that's why I
so
don't like it because they call out tourists, aka me, in the queue.
Oh.
He's British. Let's pick on him. Well, actually, the people of Instagram also went. Well, the majority went for C,
okay.
34%. So I think let's go with C. Kenny, I'm sorry, but you can.
Yep, that's
Can you
fine.
take that? Can you take a
I can
C?
take it.
Take a C.
It's
Okay.
good. It's good.
I didn't expect us to have like pushback on the very first ride. Like this isn't like a controversial one either. I feel there's some tougher ones to come. I imagine. Anyway, Kenny, I have to come to you first on this next one as the official Minion Blast aficionado. What are you thinking with
All
this
right.
one? Are you going to put
Now
A?
this is going. Okay, this is going to surprise you. So remember, I tried to be objective. I'm not using Kenny's personal feelings to rank the
Okay.
ride.
Okay.
So I did put this one at a C.
Okay. That's
I
interesting.
in I enjoy the ride. I love it personally. I like the whole shooting aspect of it. I think it's a really fun game, but I understand that it's not Universal's best work. I do think it was an interesting choice to replace Shrek,
I love Shrek.
and I'm okay with it being a C.
So do you prefer Minion Mayhem to Minion Blast?
I I think I prefer Minion Blast like for the fun aspect, but I
Mhm.
know Minion Mayhem's a better attraction overall. Like if you
Okay.
take it apart for its parts, I think Minion Mayhem is a better experience. Minion Blast is like a really great supporting attraction for a major e-ticket ride,
Mhm.
but Minion Mayhem is also not that, so it's like two very okay rides
Okay.
in one land.
Danielle?
I have it as a D. I'm sorry, Kenny. It's okay. I really
Kenny
like
is getting punched early on here.
I really like VillainCon because I wish it's almost one of those rides where like if the line was longer, I would get to enjoy the queue more because like there's so many things to look at and
There's
read.
never a wait. It's 5 minutes, aka a walk
Yeah.
on every time.
And
Yep.
if I look at that wait time sometimes I'm like, oh my God, it's up to 25 minutes. What does the rest of the park look like? Like it's a really good gauge for me. Um, but I just think it was really good ideas and just not as well executed. I think it's really confusing and rushed to get on. And so then people walk off, they're like, what did I even do? Um,
Yeah.
but I really like the theming. I like the music. I love Villain Con as a concept. And I like seeing all the characters from the different movies. But yeah, um, but I can't say people walk off the ride and they're like, yeah, it was worth it. So I think I can't. It definitely is not getting above a C in any aspect, but I'm gonna hold it at a D. But again, I'm willing to negotiate.
Is it just me that thinks those guns are like pretty heavy as well? Considering it's quite a long ride as well. Like I come off it and
Yeah,
feel
I
like
feel like I
tired.
prop prop it.
Kenny,
I'll,
you got those guns on the show. That's why.
I
Pardon the pun. Just for the audio listeners, Kenny has got a vest on. That's what I'm referring
What?
to.
a
No.
tank top for the American listeners.
Tank top. Yeah. What do you call a vest? Do you say
Wow.
vest or not?
A vest is open, like it's
Yeah, yeah.
sleeveless but
Okay.
And
open.
believe me, this ain't opening. Okay, like
Go full
even
Hulk
if we
mode and
could, we're
just.
not doing that.
Yeah, I don't really. I think I'd enjoy Minion Blast a lot more if I was sat down. I can't lie. I've said it, but like you don't need more standing. Like you go on attractions quite a lot of the time to sit down, or I do, especially those long theme park days. Especially not being a local, I'm there most of the day. But
Yeah.
like, I would just prefer to be sat down, and that's obviously not really nothing to do with the ride itself. But I feel like standing up, it's quite a long ride, isn't it? You stood there for a while. Like I mentioned, the guns are heavy. I just sound like I'm complaining again. I'm just a complaining Brit
It's the
every
UK
single
way.
episode. Honestly, I need to
this
stop.
this is spoken like someone who never saw Poseidon's Fury.
I didn't. Yeah, I wish I did. I wish I did. Every time I walked past, and never did it, and it closed.
Because
But
that was
yeah,
30 minutes of standing.
that long was it? 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long experience.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
anyway, we're getting
Yeah,
off
I
tangent.
wouldn't have liked that.
Um, I do want to point out, just because since this is universally speaking, VillainCon is actually one of the few rides in Universal Studios where you can do it if you're pregnant, which I think is like,
Oh,
even
nice.
though like if it'd be so cool to sit, but I think the standing aspect, like, because I went with my sister right after we found out she was pregnant with my nephew, and I was like, okay, twirl and hurl and VillainCon it is, like that's it.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
do like the accessibility of
Mhm.
VillainCon for that reason. After spending a day with her, something I've never thought about in my life, but now in my job, I'm like, oh, it's good to know that VillainCon you can ride,
Mhm.
ride.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quotes.
that is good. Yeah, I still come off Minion Blast and I'm a bit like, what just happened? Like, it's so chaotic, isn't it? There's so much going on. And
Hmm.
Kenny, you felt like like when obviously we rode it together last month, and you seemed to know what you were doing, but I'm still like, where do I shoot? Where do I shoot? Yes, Toothless is on made an appearance. Danielle's other cat is back on screen now. Sorry, carry on,
Yeah,
Kenny.
he was.
Yeah, it's easier once you like figure out what your icon is, and then when you can
Hmm.
identify it on the screen, it makes
Yeah.
the experience so much better. And sometimes, like, I'll move my gun over to one of the paintings, something that people don't shoot at, even though you're supposed to, and
Hmm.
you can kind of see your icon better, and then move it back over to the screen, and you're like, okay, I know where I am. Like
Hmm.
once you figure that out, you're good.
Right, so I've also got it as a D, like you, Danielle. So where are we thinking? The cat is staring
Making a
straight
lot of
into my eyes.
compromises today, guys.
Kenny, can you go down to a D, or is that too harsh for you?
Fine. a D. I will give it a D.
So sorry, Kenny. So sorry. I think we're going to go with D.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so interestingly, the people of Instagram, majority, 33% went for F.
Yeah. I
Oh,
thought
Is that? I think that's maybe a little too harsh.
I think again it's too harsh to me knowing what I'm gonna give an F. I'm so sorry for Andy's pulling the focus of the screen.
It's so funny. Staring
um
me down.
but yeah, I think VillainCon is it's good, it's successful, like it's entertaining. So I don't think it deserves an F because it is hitting certain points of like what an attraction should be.
Yeah, it's
yes.
not. It's not that bad. It's not the other one bad. We don't speak
We
about.
know. Yeah.
Right, D for Minion Blast. Then moving on to Rip Ride Rockets. Obviously, something that is closing next month. Actually, now isn't it? And you know what? I'm just pleased I can join in with this conversation now. Danielle, do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, I can start. I also am keeping in mind like the overall like what else I'm comparing it to.
Okay.
So I have this. I think I'm team get rid of Rip Ride Rocket. It is in every survey I've ever filled out to get rid of it. And people on TikTok were like, I didn't even know you could do that. And I was like, well, put feedback. And they're making requests for me to get rid of other rides, but no, I've been team get rid of it. But I still think it's a good ride. Like it hits the like. It's a roller coaster. It's what all the guests ask about. Like, what's the big coaster? It's like it looks iconic. I gave it a B. I just don't like because it's I think it's a good ride. I just don't like the theming of it in Universal Studios. I've never liked that it was a music video. I think it's a cop out. Like
Mhm.
that's not what Hollywood is. It's not to me, but like I think it's entertaining. I like picking the song. And I think it's very, very thrilling. But compared to other coasters in the park, I would not I wouldn't put it any I definitely wouldn't put it any higher. And I understand lower. So I have
Mhm.
it at a B right now.
Kenny, have you done Rip Ride Rocket?
In my much younger days. Um,
Okay, so you have done
but
it.
honestly, I put it at a B because
Hmm.
I feel like it's not like a marquee experience that people are like booking vacations to go
Yeah.
experience. It's
Yeah.
like just, it's fun. It's like a much needed thing in that park. But I
Mhm.
think whatever they replace it with will probably end up being like A or S tier. So
Yeah. Oh,
let's give it a
100%.
B. Yeah.
I will say that the lift hill is pretty unique. Obviously, in good and bad for whichever way you want to look at that. As you mentioned, Daniel, obviously, it's really cool. Like you can select your own song. Granted, now there are like 5 songs,
Yeah.
4 or 5 songs. But yes, it's extremely rough, as officially experienced now. So I've been shaken up on it. But I'm so pleased that I did do that. I think I did it 3 times in the end. So I did it a fair few times for me. But yeah, it's iconic. I don't think it's anything special. It's a fun ride. I do
Yeah.
feel like people rank coasters higher just because they're coasters, and
Yeah.
I want to try to steer away from that a little bit. So I've gone for a C. I think B's too high for Rip Ride Rocket personally, but I'm outnumbered. You've both gone B.
I just think it's above Minions. Like I recognized that I was doing it because it was a coaster, but I was like, but also I'm not gonna compare it to Minions. But
Yeah, I don't.
I
I
love
don't
the
think. I
Minions.
don't think I've looked at. I don't think I've compared. Obviously, my other answers
Yeah.
where Danielle, I
Yeah.
think you have, and you're like, I can't put that above that. Oh, I can't have that below.
Yeah, 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 which
I
is
get that.
fair. And it's silly because like I value the storyline of Minions and there's no storyline for Rip Ride Rocket. But I'm gonna hold the ground on B.
Okay, no, well, you've both gone for B, so that it makes sense for me to allow that and go for B. Um, this is what I was saying about in terms of people just going over the top on coasters. Pardon the pun again, but the majority went for A, 30%, which it's just not an A ride. It's just not. I will stand my ground firmly on that one. It's because A is like not far off being the best. It's nowhere near an A. Come on, I can accept a B, but that I feel like that's people getting the G-force thrills, like blinkered vision.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
has to have it because it needs to compete with Islands in some aspects, but it's
Mhm.
not the best of all coasters for
No.
sure.
oh yeah, small interjection. So we started with Minion Land. Have we officially moved to New York, which technically is where Rip Ride Rocket is somehow?
Yeah, I don't really understand that. Is it in like? It's funny because my next line was about to be moving into New York, but if we're saying Rip
Oh,
Rides
so
in
you
New
had it
York,
as part of Minion Land?
It's in
is it
Hollywood
not like Music
Plaza,
Plaza?
Music Plaza. Yeah,
That's
I
what I
don't
kind
think
of
No,
thought.
in the app they have it listed as New York.
Yes, Kenny,
that's
come with the
wild.
receipts. Moving far away from Minion Land and into New York officially, in my eyes, and to Jimmy Fallon, the race through New York. Now, this could split quite a lot of opinion with everyone, I feel. Obviously, I
Oh
don't think it's going to
boy.
go to the top or to the bottom. I think it's where it goes in the middle. Um, it's a real love-hate attraction, isn't it? Who wants to go
Yeah.
first?
It is. Okay. Um
Kenny, you're like, oh,
I
fine,
I'm
I'll
so
start.
scared. Okay. All right. Me personally, Kenny speaking, I love the ride. I think it's great. It's probably the best simulator at the resort, in my opinion, because it's so smooth and it's got a fairly good bit of thrill added to it as well. I think the theming is perfect for a studio park. Like it's probably the last ride we're ever going to get that takes place in a studio. Let's be
Yeah.
real. And it's just fun. And then you add in the pre-show elements, the ragtime gals. You get hashtag the panda out of it. I think it's great. I put it at a B. I don't think it's like the best thing in the park, nor is it like an A
Danielle's
level
face
ride.
there.
But I'm also not gonna put it like down at the bottom like a D or an F. And kind of for the same reasons, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna put it down there with like Minion Blast. It's like a complete experience, you know. So I don't know. So I
Throwback to
went with B.
throwback to 20 minutes ago, and I said this was going to be quite a nice little fun episode. And Danielle was like, "What the?" Take it
I
away,
know she's
Danielle.
probably. That's why I was scared to say something.
Take it with your chest, Kenny.
Yeah, I have it written as a D, but I actually was convinced by Kenny a bit to move it up. So I
Okay,
do think it's a
well done,
complete.
Kenny.
Yeah, I'll move it up to a C. I don't think I can get it to a B. But
Okay.
I love 30 Rock. I love SNL. I love NBC. I love the Peacock. So I love being in that building. I really enjoy it. I think the ride, like the how it moves, is really good. It's just too dated. Like as soon as that ride came out, it came out in 2017 and it still feels like 2014. Like I just don't think it was well thought out. And I was accidentally there the day it opened, so I like saw Jimmy Fallon on his little parade and everything, and it was very exciting. But when you watch it, it is just I like how are kids like, oh, in my tight pants and ew, like I just think it's so dated immediately. So like I enjoy the atmosphere and everything, but I just think they should have done better with references and that. I don't think it
Mhm.
should have been as yeah, how I don't it just feels really old, even though it feels older than the year it came out, which should never be how it goes.
Yeah, to me, it does feel very American, and I think that's why a lot of British people, or some anyway, don't fully get on board with it because it's like American times 1,000 in a way. With
Yeah.
all it, and obviously we don't. Well, I'd say most people over here don't watch the Tonight Show, so they won't
Hmm.
get the references or anything like that. But every time me and Ella do, we always have fun. We always have a lot of fun coming off there. It is hated, this ride, isn't it? It's like it's up there with the other one we won't name in terms of what people hate the most, I fear.
Yeah.
But we always have a great time. The before you start, the whole seatbelt buckling in takes so long. Like,
Gosh.
why does that take like 5 minutes? It must be close to 5 minutes because they go through every row, and it's like there's not even that much movement. So if you weren't buckled in, I don't think you'd even go anywhere. Personally, maybe kids would, but I definitely wouldn't. Um, but yeah, we enjoy it. We always have a great time. But I can understand people that don't like it. However, I've kind of gone. So I've written down C/D. So I feel like Danielle, we're aligned more, and
Yeah.
Kenny's the anomaly out of the trio so far. So I think, yeah, C or D for me. Danielle, did you say C?
I ended up on C.
Okay.
I
I
think
can
C's
agree
fair.
with that.
Kenny, you'll have to.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, I'm here taking all the shots today.
Yeah.
But I will
I
say this. I think Fallon was a victim of the time that it opened because if you look back at the ride openings they had in that era of studios and what closed, like I think it went Transformers and then I think Supercharged was somewhere in there too, and then you got Fallon. I feel like it was a victim of
It was a
just
bad run.
opening at the wrong time. Like if it was a ride that had more physical stuff in it, and then Fallon was like the only 3D simulator, I think it'd be pretty
That's
like
fair. That's fair.
well received ride.
But I love the movement on the ride. Like I love the fake roller coaster on the moon, the feeling you get when you whiz
Yeah.
off through there. I love it. It's just I just think if you don't take it too seriously, that's the key. We enjoy it, so I think we'll go with C. And interestingly, the people of Instagram also went with C, 32%,
Oh,
Wow.
which is higher than what I expected. Like I said at the start, it's a love hate attraction. I feel.
I love well-named gift shops related to the ride, and I think the Tonight Shop is so good,
That's
especially since
cool.
it replaced the Aftermath, which was such a good gift
Mhm.
shop name. But yeah,
And
I
shout out the pre-show area, the whole Ragtime Gals.
mhm.
Just going like I think we set up there obviously before going on the ride back in June, and Ella was loving just watching the Tonight Show on the TV, just
Yeah,
watching all the clips from it, and she was like, "I just sit in here all day and watch this."
yeah,
It
and the
is really funny.
colors,
The
it's so
colours, it's.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a really
By
good
the way, the
lighting
Ragtime
system.
Gals, do they still perform? Because I've not seen them in a while.
My understanding is they only come out when it is busy. Like it has
Okay.
to be busy. So I imagine they're there over the holidays. They've been there yesterday. Sorry. But yeah, I haven't seen them in a while because that's entertainment's one of the first things to get cut. And so
It's a
yeah, if
shame. That is a big shame.
yeah.
Next up, we have Revenge of the Mummy. Now, this has to be right up there without any doubts. This should be fairly easy. I guess the only debate is do we put it in A or in S? But maybe that was a
Yeah.
stupid question.
No,
Oh,
I literally it is superior. If I am riding one ride, I'll go in for a pretzel and to ride the mummy. Like I
I
literally do
love
not
that.
skip the mummy. I don't skip the mummy. It is so good. The theming, the ride itself, the mix of dark ride roller coaster, the fact that I could trick my brother onto it because he didn't know it was a roller coaster because it was inside. Like it is just such a good ride. I feel like people who haven't been to the park in a decade remember the mummy, talk about the mummy. Um, it is top of the line for me, superior on my end.
Kenny, you can't argue with that, surely. That passion.
oh no! I mean, absolutely. I have it as an S as well. I mean, it's the best ride in the park in my opinion, and I think it's one of the best things Universal's ever made. Like they
Yeah,
were put on this planet to make rides like that.
And it's still so good, isn't it? Like it never gets old.
never, never.
Never.
Like the theming in each section of that ride is just on another level. It's like it is one of the most iconic rides at Universal Orlando Resort, surely.
Yeah.
That was the easiest one. S straight up.
Yeah.
And the people of Instagram also agreed. They went for S, 65%. So convincing.
What what were the other 35?
Oh, you're asking me that now, don't you?
Oh, I didn't know.
I
I
didn't
just
write down
didn't.
all those.
That's
If you give
that's okay. I
me
just
with the power of editing, I'll figure this out. Just two minutes. Just talk amongst yourselves.
yeah.
No, we
um,
should have put it as an F. Confrontation forever.
so yeah, 65% S, 28% A, and then some people might have fat thumbs or fat fingers because 3% B and a 4% C, which that is crazy.
Was that Sam?
I'm pretty sure Sam had it. Actually, I think he put A. Let me just
Um,
quickly check. Yes, he put it as an A, Sam. I don't even know why I put S/A. Like it is just S, isn't it?
yeah.
Mhm.
And Kenny, we obviously rode it together in June, and the back row, a lot of fun.
Oh yes, I love that ride so much.
It's so good.
So
Like you said, Daniel, you can't even walk past it. You've just got to go on it. It's
You
one of
always
those.
eye it like you're like 20 minutes easy. Like it's a single rider easy. I know how to
Single
put my
rider's
stuff away in a
great as
locker.
well.
Ugh,
oh yeah,
Single
the
rider,
most
Kenny, you'll
efficient
know.
single rider in
Well,
the.
maybe not.
Okay,
Maybe
one of
Men
them.
in Black. But
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, that yeah.
most of the time,
Men
Kenny,
in-
like single rider, you walk up the stairs and you've got two or three people in front of you. Which it's so
yeah.
good. Oh, I wish I could ride it right now. Daniel, you speaking about it just so passionately. I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
miss it.
It's funny that passion got you that excited about Isla Burke, and then you walked away with Hiccup Spring Gliders not as like one of your top rides.
I
I felt like you were
know.
almost ashamed to tell me, but it's okay.
I'm
It's
so sorry,
okay.
Danielle. I was hoping you forgot about that, actually. I loved
No,
it.
no.
I loved it. We just did it twice on our first morning, and I didn't do it enough after that. So
Yeah.
I nearly got a sunset ride, but the storms came at the wrong time. I still
Yeah.
love it though. It's still, what was it? Third for me? Still third.
The Mummy queue, I just think it's like such a fun bonding experience as well. I talk about it when I talk about like Fire Drill or Popeyes. Like I love shared experiences, and I think
Mhm.
that queue is a shared experience for you and strangers, like trusting each other to touch the thing, shooting the air out. Like I just like that was so silly that they even did that. Like added it in at all. It's like allow tourists or to allow guests to trick other guests. That's funny. Like
It's
someone in
funny.
Universal decided to be like, let's mess with them. It's so cool.
How wild is it that that ride opened in 2004? Does that ride feel like
Crazy.
it opened in 2004? Thank you.
That is
Come on.
crazy. Like I said, it is so iconic. Obviously, the Brendan Fraser, the whole coffee situation, the whole Imhotep. It is just iconic.
Oh, and it goes back to the whole classic theme park ride. I hope
Mhm.
nothing goes wrong. Like it's so good.
And the first launch when you turn around and that launch into the mouth is just it is so
Yeah.
good. Moving on to another really difficult one, in my opinion, in Transformers next. Similar to Jimmy Fallon, I think some people have it quite low and some people have it pretty high. Um, Danielle, do you want to start?
I forgot about Transformers.
That says it all. That says it all.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to zero in on what I would rank it because literally it's not to make a car analogy about Transformers, but it's kind of like when you drive home and you get home and you're like, how did I get here? Like I don't remember the storyline along the way.
That is
I
brilliant.
don't I I remember getting in line. Yeah, it's just I'm not
I blacked
that's just how
out.
I feel about it. Like, yep, I did it. The motions are really cool. That's one of the ones where I just close my eyes and I write it just and I like sleep a little because I'm showing like other people wanted to write it. So maybe, but I don't hate it. It's enjoyable. But
And
yeah, I
where's it?
guess
Is it? It's not in New York, is it? It's in like a weird place on its own, I guess.
Yeah, it's set in Chicago, but
Kenny
it's
knows.
technically in New York on the map. I
Oh,
know
is
it's
it?
really
Yeah.
weird.
New York is wild. Literally forgot about it. I thought we were heading to San Francisco. I just forgot.
That sums it up, though, Danielle. It does slip out of people's
Yeah,
minds.
yeah.
Kenny, where you at?
Oh, please. Okay. I'm going to be the villain for this episode. I'll put it as an A. I'm not going to lie. I put it as an A.
Whoa.
I sure did. And I don't even understand how we can make the argument that it's like lower. Because I feel
Oh,
like what
now we're
happens
starting.
is,
Now we're
I
starting.
feel like what happens is people think, oh, I'm going to compare it to Spider Man. You can't do that because Spider Man's better.
Yeah.
Transformers is essentially almost the same ride.
Oh.
And I don't even know, like, argue with me and tell me that it's not good. I mean, tell me.
I'm not going to say it's not
Not
good.
good.
Oh, Danielle's going to tell you it's not good. I was like, I
Like,
won't tell
what
you it's not good, but
specifically about it is not good?
so I feel like we're all in different ends of the spectrum in terms of Transformers here. Danielle, you seem to be bottom. I'm kind of mid tier. Kenny, you're at the top tier. This is probably the first one we've really all clashed on. I didn't expect you to have it that high, Kenny. I'll be honest. Um, yeah, some days I can ride it and be like, that's a B tier attraction. I'd never go A. Some days I can do it and I'll be like, it's a B. And then other days I'll do it and I'll be like, maybe it's a C or a D. And I did it on my recent trip. We only did it once, and once out of 19 days says it all really for me. It was pretty rough. I was sat on the end and the back row, so maybe that's why it was like extra rough. And I actually got thrown like against the. I mean, the motion's good, but to a
That's
point
the best part.
to the
What are you
point in which
complaining about?
I come off injured, Kenny. I come off with bruises and like I was in pain when I got off it. I needed like crutches or something. It really does like thrash you about, especially if you're on the side. I remember my arm just banging into the door. It's a really fun ride. It's a really long ride. That's one of the best things I like about it. It's just so like it's over 3 minutes, I think. I think it's over three
Mhm.
minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
And
The
it
mo-
doesn't let up. Like it is consistent and getting
yes,
thrashed about the whole time.
it is. It is really impressive, and like you said, Kenny, it is kind of Spider-Man just themed differently. It's not as good as Spider-Man, of course. We all know that. Although some people do prefer Transformers, but that's another whole situation. um, Danielle's facial. You need to be if for the audio listeners. You've got to watch the YouTube. One for Danielle's cats being the main character of this episode, and also for Danielle's facial expressions every time one of us says something a little bit different.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
coming in with it at a C. I'll work with y'all
Okay.
to get to a B, but yeah, in no world can I sign off on an A. I
Yes,
can't.
I've put C down, but then I also could go to a B.
Well, we're gonna have to go to a B because I'm not
We'll
giving it a
go
C.
Go
B.
I
on, Kenny.
think
Go
that's
on, Kenny.
ridiculous to be a C.
Stand your
Okay, and
ground.
me personally, I'm a tech guy, so I love that the
Okay,
ride has
yeah.
the most convincing, like, moving forward motion, like that I've ever seen, like on a ride like that. Like,
Yeah.
it does it even better than Spider-Man does, I think, in that
I
sense.
I think I suffer from ride fatigue, maybe. I think I may just take it for granted and my ability to ride it so much. And
That does
I've
happen.
lost.
That's a real thing though, Danielle. Because even when
Mhm.
obviously I go for a long time, and towards the end of my trip, I get a little bit ride fatigued in some attractions as well.
Yeah. I just think I take for granted my like experiences on it. But yeah, literally I and I'm not connected to Transformers either. Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
so that could be something. It doesn't have the, oh, I understand this plot for me. So
But yeah, it's really well done. Like every scene, there's so much going on. The movement's really good. Like I said, I do think it's pretty rough, or can be, depending on where you sat. Maybe I had a bad experience last month. I can go up to a B. I think Danielle, obviously, you're not too
no,
happy
I'm
about
good
that,
with,
but definitely not
no, I'm
A.
okay with
Kenny,
B.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
can agree on B.
Yeah.
And that ties in nicely because, again, the people of Instagram went for B, which is a surprise. Another surprise for me, 34%.
Also, Kenny, you're not a villain. Like, you're kind.
And he is the
I
villain.
think
I feel like I'm just
no,
like I'm
because
in this crazy world where like I'm seeing a different part than everyone else.
no, I think to be a villain, you would view it like you would be coming at us with the D's and the C's, but you're coming at us with the A's and the B's. I feel like you're seeing the
He's just so
very
positive, Kenny. That's why
yeah,
he's so
yeah.
positive. I
You're
love that.
seeing the light side of everything, and I'm always I. So you're not the villain at all, but
I
I
love
do
that, Kenny,
like.
because I see the negative in everything. So we're yin and yang.
Okay, so I'm trying to provide you guys with some good, some
Yeah.
light here.
Yeah,
You're
we need
changing. You're
people to
changing me.
listen.
You're changing me, Kenny. I'm going to be more positive about everything, about life.
Oh, okay.
Can you be my life coach, Kenny?
Can someone be mine?
Cassie will be yours.
There we go, Cassie.
Who wants Sam? Anyone want Sam?
No, I'll take my cat.
Right, moving on from that one. Transformers we're giving a B. Um, where are we at now? Oh yes, Fast and Furious Supercharged. I mean, it's F, and it's
It's
lucky
in
to
the
get
name.
Yeah,
It's
it's
in the
lucky.
name.
solid.
It's lucky to
Double
get
F.
F. It is
Solid
lucky
F.
to get F. It's all the Fs. I could say another F word to go with that one as well. Kenny, go on. I know you wanted to say something on this.
Okay, so no, I did give it an F, but I did want to do a little devil's advocate here. It has something that I do appreciate. I do like that the queue is detailed just like everything, Universal pretty much. And then also I like that it still has live performers as part of its pre-show. Like it has two pre-shows with live actors, and I think that is just A plus. For some reason, I think they thought that was gonna save the ride, and it didn't. It just made you realize how bad the ride portion is once you get past the pre-show.
Yeah.
So
See,
I don't even know how that got approved. Like, how did that ride get built?
I don't know.
He regrets it.
Well, yeah, he said, didn't he? Yeah, he did say.
Ugh,
At least
so
he admitted it.
embarrassing.
We all make mistakes. They just made a pretty bad one, pretty
I
big
just
one.
don't have millions to make mistakes with.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's very true.
yeah. I
I,
love the Q music. That is my playlist. I love 2010. I love
not turned
jamming.
down for what? That song.
Oh, I think that there's other songs involved, and I'm a
Okay.
big
Oh, yeah,
Luda, and I'm a big Luda fan, so I love seeing him. But yeah, that's it.
So that's the only caveat people say they love the queue. I'll be honest, I hate everything about it. I hate the queue as well. I find it so corny and just cheesy and not to my taste. I understand why people might enjoy it, Danielle.
No. I just wish you would come for Halloween Horror Nights because they shut it down. So it's a queue for, they're like, we don't even, the fact that Universal shuts that ride down and nobody cares is
Mhm.
just crazy. But I like that space during Halloween Horror Nights because it's like, ooh, spooky garage. So
I mean, surely it's going soon. Like it has to be pretty soon, I
I,
think. No?
people,
I disagree.
How much longer is it going to stay there for?
until
They're
people buy
going to
enough
get their 10
power
years out of it.
bands.
I'll buy all the power up bands to make it go away.
I mean, so two
And
more years then. It opened 2017, right?
Yeah.
yeah, something like that, yeah. And
Yeah.
then also consider this, it has a sponsor. There's a company that's like paying to have that ride like operational.
Okay,
Like no other
that's
ride in the
fair.
park has that.
Kenny,
That's fair.
you tried to make me and Ella go on it with yourself back in June, and we were like, no, I'm sorry. We just can't do it. Although it would have been more fun with you, granted.
Uh,
It would
and
have been.
honestly, that's not even what happened. What happened was it closed at 6 and none of us realized it.
Oh yes, that's true. Why does it close at 6? Like
Because
Let the
it's not worth
staffing
being
go.
open.
Yeah, they lose
there's
money.
no
They
point
lose
opening it
money.
anyway. Like I see people walking in there. I'm like, do you know what you're going to do?
As a matter of fact, I might be wrong, but I think it even opens at 10. Like it probably has the least operating
Yeah,
hours of any ride at the
that's what I
park.
mean. So
Yeah.
like, surely just
It is the
take it down.
it is open the length of one shift. Like there's not even an A team and a B team, I
No,
think, for the for the
one
team
shift.
members running it. It's literally the length of a shift, which is wild.
It's got to go soon. It has to. Please, it's just a
It's
waste of
because they
space.
spent money on it. It's they're not gonna
Yeah,
get
but
it done.
like Danielle said, they've come out and admitted that it's not very good and they've made a mistake. So surely they can. I don't know in terms of how ride contracts work and all that kind of details, but surely they can accept it and then take it down and do something else.
Yeah, to quote 30 Rock, shut it down. Shut it down. I have a photo of me and posing in front of like the coming soon sign, and I just look back on that girl who didn't even know. Like she was so full of optimism for what
That
this new
naive
attraction
girl.
was gonna be.
Oh, that's
But
so
we
funny
had
though.
warning. They built it in Hollywood first for the studio tour.
Mm.
And for some reason, when they announced it for Florida, people thought it was going to be like a different ride. I was thinking in my head, I'm like, it's going to be the same thing. And then sure enough, it was the same thing, but worse. They took out the 3D. I mean, I just don't even understand.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I got stuck on the ride 2 years ago now, and I was sat there with that music turned down for what, blasting in my ears for
Oh yeah,
25 minutes.
that'll make
I've
you
never done it again
question
since
everything.
because I had to get evac off it, and it was just not fun. It
That,
served me
but
right for
that's
doing
probably
it.
the best part. You got
Yeah,
the
it
evac
was kind of
is the
cool to
best
see
part.
that.
That's so funny.
Anyway, the people gave it an F as well, 55%, which it should have been more. Um, it should have been 100%. I don't know. There are some few people that enjoy it, but I just can't understand those people, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Moving into Diagon Alley then to Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Another tricky one for me personally. Any you go for S or A?
I went for S.
I thought you would, yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle?
I'm debating as well. Because
I'm the villain. I'm the villain now.
yeah. Um, I just don't think that I have the passion behind it that I do for Mummy. But I think every time I ride it, I get so giddy when it like takes off and you hear that music. I think it's one of the best scores. Like it's one of the best scored
Mhm.
rides to me. And then I walk off feeling good about my time every time. So I guess I'll put in superior so I can be with Kenny for a little bit.
That makes it
I'm not
harder for
alone
me.
up here.
Like you said, Daniel, I just don't think it's anywhere near the level of the Mummy personally. Um, it's an incredible ride. The theming is incredible, as they all are for the Harry Potter attractions in the resort. But there's just something holding it back for me from it being top
Mhm.
tier. I don't know what that is. Maybe it could be a little bit of ride fatigue, as you mentioned, Danielle. It might be because I've done it that much that feeling is dissipated a little bit. Um, but yeah, it is great. But I've gone for B, which oh no, I'm in
Ooh.
trouble. I'm in
All
trouble.
right.
I,
Okay, so I
I
got
don't
something to
think
say
it's
here.
S. I really don't.
I should
Okay,
have said A then,
so
then I
You
wouldn't
should
have
have
to
done.
argue with anybody. Ugh.
all right. I was trying to like I said, be objective and try to take Kenny out of it
Oh,
because I
Kenny.
love the ride. It's one of my top in the park. But also, I need to point out that it's the headlining ride of Universal Studios Florida. Let's be real here. People are planning their vacations to experience Diagon Alley, experience that ride
That's
when they
true.
go to studios, like the general public. They're not planning their vacations to come ride like some other things that we'll mention later. Like we might love them as fans, but this is the ride. Like this is the one that people want to do when they come here. So I had to think of it that way too.
I don't know where to go next. I can go up to an A. I just
I
don't
can
think
come,
it's the
yeah.
very, very top tier. I don't. Maybe that's me being too harsh and too um, overcritical, perhaps. I just think there's something
And
not there that takes it up to
yeah,
that top level.
I think that's what was even like keeping me like on the lower superior, higher A, just because like I don't know if it's an emotional thing, an attachment to the ride, or like because the line is always so long, I may not like, I'm like not gonna just pop in because I can.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll meet you at an A, but I don't think it's a B. I think it's a really good ride. So I would
Yeah.
never
Exactly.
rate
That
it
sums
as
it
a
up,
B.
Dan. It's a really good ride. I don't think it's
Yeah.
an amazing ride. Maybe it is amazing, but it's not
Yeah.
top
It's like
level.
if every Universal ride had a child and it was Gringotts.
Kenny,
With the
can you,
pre-show, the photo in the line that they don't do anymore,
they
but
don't
like
do that, do they? I mean,
the
Ella
tricking
hated
you.
that picture. Like, just stood there so awkwardly. Again, us being awkward British people anyway. I'm sure
Yeah.
you were fine, Daniel.
I thought it was pointless, especially
It
because
was
for like
weird.
locals, annual pass holders, they don't want to take that photo.
No.
They just
No.
like let them keep
Yeah,
going. Yeah.
I can't
I'm glad they
understand why
stopped
they
doing
don't
that.
just do the photo like on the drop or like the launch at the end. Like I know
Mm.
people are wearing the glasses, but that doesn't stop them from doing the ride on
I
Spider-Man.
know, but
Yeah,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
still have the photo booths on the exit by the lockers as well, don't they? And they have people working, like two people working on there, but there's
Yeah.
no picture anywhere.
Yeah.
Their job is to tell them, oh, there's no picture. They're getting paid for that. Crazy.
It's like the Aventura lifeguard. Like, okay, I get it. You have
Exactly,
to
yeah.
be here.
Easiest job in the... No, I won't say that. I'll offend someone. Anyway, Kenny, can you come down to an A or are you really
sure,
sticking with an S?
nah, I can go with an A.
Again, the people of Instagram went for S. So maybe that's on me. 50%, so convincing. Convincing. But I guess Danielle, you were kind of hesitant not to go S.
Yeah.
So I know you
You
were
can make yourself feel better with that. Yeah. It's not
I
just
need
you.
something. And I mean we can go if you want to try and sell me an S, I can try and go up to
I'm
an S.
just trying to think like, well, what other ride at the park is like getting people through the turnstiles? Like just the average person that's
No,
visiting
you're
every
right. The amount of people
year.
that ask, I
Yeah.
heard 3 or 4 times, like each day, people in random areas of the park saying, "Do you know where the Harry Potter land is?" They just
Do that again. Say that again.
no,
I don't
that
know
was
that accent.
I think that was
That was the
Australian.
best American accent.
I think that was Australian. But everyone like there was people on Hollywood Boulevard asking team members, "How do I get to Harry Potter?" That is the main draw. But the ride itself, for me, I can go with an
Okay.
A. Okay.
Okay.
Now we go up into World Expo for Men in Black Alien Attack. Again, it'd probably be another controversial one, this one. It's a big one for me. It's another attraction that splits opinion. And I think personally that's down to how seriously you take the ride. Because if you're going on it and you don't know the tips and tricks, then it'll just be pretty boring and okay. But if you know what to do, and Kenny, you're big on competition, if you know what to shoot at and how to get more points, then that becomes a lot more fun for me anyway. So I've gone for A.
Yeah, I have it as an A as
Oh,
well.
for you.
I think it's so fun. I think the theming is really great. Like the cute, like you understand your purpose and why are we here? I like knowing that because it's a theme park. I really enjoyed that. And then the like what you're looking at, the bugs, the props, the
All
actual,
there.
it's literally so cool this world that you're in. And it's so yeah, I just like that it's a real ride. Yeah, I and the AC. Like it just has everything. It's so good.
And like you said earlier, Danielle, I think people take some attractions for granted.
Hmm.
They just go, oh, yeah, it's cool. But like when you take yourself out of your situation and look at what you're doing and the theming and everything, I just think it's so fun. Kenny?
Oh yeah, I had it as an A also.
Oh
So I
wow,
think we agreed on
I
it.
thought I was being controversial with that. Oh,
Really?
I feel like
Honestly, I was concerned you guys were going to have it like as an S, and I thought I would take kind of issue with
yeah,
that. But A is
I think
perfect.
kind of I
We
think
won't give it a great
average
thoughts.
I think average theme park goers have it a lot lower, but for those like ourselves who love the parks and go fairly often, um, it's just like if you know what you're doing, it's so much more fun, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Oh
score
yeah.
is really good. The spins are good, so it's not just
Mhm.
Spins are
like
good.
you're creeping along shooting ride. It is a ride like you will like people walk away they're like, oh, that was a pretty good spin. And you're like, yeah, that was
Kenny,
just
what's your
synchronized
high
everything.
score on Man in Black?
Oh
No.
man, it's something like in the 200s. I'm like, I'm not the best at it, but I do love the ride.
Oh, what was that?
Like,
What happened when we rode it together? And you got like 100,000,
oh yeah, it was pretty rough.
and I went to shake your hand, and I was like, I wasn't meaning for the score, but you like shook my hand, like, thank you so much for that.
I
I
know.
was like, wasn't about
But
that.
yeah, he was pointing out how bad my score was. I'm like,
Yeah, and then he
whatever.
shook my
Have fun
hand.
at least, okay?
That's
I was like, that's a
so
bad score. And Kenny was like,
funny.
oh, thank you so much.
Oh, Jay, can we agree that the ride becomes an S if Beers is doing the pre-show?
I mean, Beers takes it up to a whole new level. I'm still so confused. So confused. That was easy, yeah. A,
Yeah.
absolute.
I also
Bomb.
since we've noted it, but the single rider line, easy.
It's the
So
best.
good. Yeah.
It is
It
the
is the best.
the AC, as you mentioned, Danielle. The AC is just incredible, and there's never anyone
Mhm.
in line. You just walk straight past everyone down the stairs, walk straight on the ride. The re-rideability is great. Like so once you know what you're
Yeah.
doing, you can go on it 3, 4 times. I think Sam did it like 17 times on a morning once.
Wow.
Might have
I
been
think
for his
most I've done
fourth,
in a
but
day is 13. But I
that's
also like
decent.
I literally had a split shift, so I went and did Men in Black between my morning and my
I remember
evening
you
shift.
saying, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then the gift shop, I love as I love attraction merch. Like
Mhm,
they don't have Men in Black merch; they have Men in Black Alien Attack merch, and I think that is so important to the theme park world is to have like that niche
mhm.
merch. And so I really enjoy that they have it. Do I own that shirt? No, I'll get it when it's on eBay in a couple of years. But yeah,
And the people have also gone for A, so that they agree with us,
good.
36%. So that's good.
Wow.
Moving on to a ride which may not be here for much longer. I've heard 1 or 2 years, which is The Simpsons. Kenny, don't say
Okay.
A. Do not say A.
Jay. Okay. So I will be honest, I did move it down after thinking about it. I have it as a C.
Okay.
I did have it as a B before because I personally really like the ride and I like the Simpsons IP. I think it's brought a lot to the park, but I think C is pretty fair for it. Like it's not the best, and I think there are things that are worse than it, so I'm going to put it at C.
Danielle?
This is where my bias is going to show. I freaking love The Simpsons. I'm going B.
Mhm.
All I. It is so
Wow.
funny. It is so
All
funny
right, you
because
convinced me. I'm going back up to B.
No,
Sorry.
no.
it is so good. I like the fact that we're entertained in line with literal cartoons. Are you kidding me? And then the ride is so well written. Like it is the most quotable ride for me. But outside of like the two lines from the mummy, whatever, yes, coffee, curse is real, got it. But you soiled your shorts for the last time. Are you kidding me? Oh
Oh
my
no, that's
god.
it. Kenny's up to a B.
It's a
Yep,
great
I'm sold. Look,
it
I was
is
ready. I love
I
how giddy she is about this ride because I
I
love
did
it
not
so much.
expect
It's
this.
so
Where has this
funny.
Danielle
It's
been
so
all this
funny.
time?
I literally my dream is to just ride The Simpsons by myself for like with y'all, where I can just be my most obnoxious self from pre-show talking about Chewbacca to literally the entire ride. It's so
I'm guessing.
I
I'm guessing Danielle, you don't suffer with motion sickness.
I don't. And also I had like the thing about me and my interest with like the IPs at Universal. Universal is why I'm interested in those IPs. Like I wasn't interested in The Simpsons because my parents thought it was too violent. So I literally never watched it. So the only exposure I had was the ride and I just loved it so much. Yeah. And I everyone is so rude about it so much, but I love the
And that's the end of this
cheesy theme.
episode, then.
I love the cheesy theme park aspect. I just think it's so
Oh,
meta, so meta. It's like it's so universal. Okay, There we go. Jay, hit us. I stretched. I'm ready.
I'm ready for it. Come on, Jay, hit us.
Danielle, I know again for the visual the watchers on YouTube, Danielle was literally limbering up before started speaking. I was like, oh, that's weird, and then I see why now.
Every time before I go on stage, I do lunges. So like it's just when
If
I
you
do
start doing
it,
lunges, I will be getting a bit worried.
Okay, hit us.
So taking the motion sickness out of it for a second, it's a very cool ride. It's incredibly well themed. It is funny. The queue is really. I love how they've got Simpsons playing on the outside portions. And like I said, once you get inside to the inside queue, albeit a little slow at times, it is incredibly well themed. I love the Simpsons. Huge Simpsons fan as well. But of course, I have to take the motion sickness into consideration because it doesn't make me feel very well at all. It makes me feel very green coming off it. Again, we didn't do it once last trip. So again, that tells you everything. We always come off it feeling really unwell. And I'm not obviously alone saying that. A lot of people in kind of our community say the same thing. It's just a little rough now, isn't it? It's very dated, I feel. Can you go on, say it? Go on.
That's the best part. Okay.
I know you like the spins and the roughness of these attractions, but some of us are a little sensitive. Some of us are old. I just don't enjoy it, or we don't enjoy it anymore. I've gone for D.
Knew you were gonna do that.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
sorry. It looks like I'm going to be the one asked to budge on this occasion because you both spoke so like Danielle. You were more passionate about the Simpsons than the Mummy.
Because the Mummy has its heroes. Simpsons
Okay.
does not. You have to step up for those who are quiet. Like you have.
That's fair. But Simpsons is going soon. Like the contract is up. I've heard. Obviously,
And
with
people
Disney.
are gonna romanticize the heck out of the Simpsons once it's gone.
I don't spend a lot of time in that land as well. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't eat there, but like because it takes so long and whatever. But like that's the only place in the park where you can get a cherry Coke made. They make the cherry Coke. Oh, it's so good.
I
did not expect this. I expected it from Kenny, but I was surprised at you, Danielle. Yeah. Secret Simpsons lover.
I know. I'm shocked too. I thought I was going to be all alone defending it. I even dropped it down for you guys.
You did. And now you've gone straight back up.
Well,
Kenny's like, actually, give it A.
It was just obviously like I recognize the motion sickness and everything. It's too well written. It's too funny for me I would not even glance at putting it at a D. And the thing is I think it's better than the Minions, and that's the only other thing we have is a C right now.
Fallon got a C.
Oh, I didn't like that. Kenny, since you're a Transformers fan, y'all don't have to compare as much, but does that make you feel good keeping it as a B, comparing it to Transformers, or do you want to move down to a C?
Oh, I'm good with it being a B.
Oh, like, Jay, that means you have to come up, bro.
Yeah. I can't drop down lower on it.
Kenny.
That ride, it's so I love it. I really do.
The thing is,
ride system, I love it. It's so immersive. You can't see edges.
It's the exact same ride as my all-time favorite ride in Back to the Future. Obviously, it's exactly the same. Obviously, they just changed the theming around. They've not changed anything else. Obviously, the cars are different, but
I've watched the video. Yeah, same with Nicktoons and everything that's come before Despicable Me.
But that was Back to the Future was my all-time favorite. Maybe because I was a kid and motion sickness wasn't a thing for me back then. But like getting into the DeLorean was unbelievable as a kid. Having my favorite film, being a part of Back to the Future was crazy. So it's the same ride, but I've got older and my motion sickness has arisen out of nowhere. So you've both gone for B.
Yeah.
I can't give it.
Come up, buddy. Gotta come up.
Can you not give it a C, or is that too low for you?
C is too damn low for that ride.
I did not expect the Simpsons of all the rides for us to be like. Oh, I mean, I don't know what to say. Okay. So just before we make a decision, the people of Instagram, 46% went for F.
Really? What's their scale they're grading?
So hate on them more. They're worse than me.
I think 46%. If we want to make it easier so we can move on to the very well sought after Twirl and Hurl is
I've forgotten about that.
I
I've
I
actually
think
forgotten it.
Oh.
I think we have to. Maybe it'll make it easier if we account for the two B's, the F, and the D, and we just meet at the C.
No, it's
Fine.
okay. It's
C for
okay. You
clown.
both
C for
spoke to.
Fine,
clown.
damn, fine. See,
No,
see.
no. It's okay. I'll come to a B because it's only
No, no,
fair.
no. We're
Wow.
You
going with
gave you
C.
gave
We're going
great
with C.
cases. You gave great cases. I can't argue with that. You were both so passionate.
Wow.
How can I argue against that?
That's
I don't agree,
amazing.
but I can give you a B because of your speeches.
Wow. Y'all have compromised so much, and I haven't compromised at all. This is amazing for me.
um, I literally forgot about Twirl and Hurl. So thank you,
You know
Tanya.
why I didn't forget about Twirl and Hurl is because my sister could ride it when she was pregnant. So like it has always stuck out to me. I'm like, okay, redfish,
You,
bluefish, Twirl and Hurl.
I
Yeah.
knew I'd missed one, but there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about Twirl. I've not got a rating, so take it away,
Oh,
anyone.
okay. Well, I gave it an F. I think it's the worst spinner ride in Orlando.
Some negativity from
Counter.
Kenny. Some negativity.
It is
Is it that bad? I don't think it is.
to me the loading process just like, oh yeah, it's a walk on, but heaven forbid I gotta sit here and wait for everybody to like. It's just that's why I don't do well with the carousels either, is because just the load and process is so long.
So long.
But simply comparing it to redfish, bluefish, what a delight that one is. Like you can get
Yeah.
shot with water. There's instructions, like you're playing something as it goes. Twirl and Hurl, it's like, humans, this is a totally safe ride. And we're like, okay, like
Great impression.
That's perfect.
So I'm good with F because it is probably the most skipped ride. There's no way if we look at whatever chart Sam gets all of his data from, it has to have the least amount of guests who like go on it on a daily basis. And it's hot. It's hot right there.
Yeah.
So.
I was kind of thinking D, but you know, I'm not bothered about Twirl and Hill. I don't really care. So I'm happy to go with F.
I mean, it's so bad. And like Danielle said, when you think about the Seuss one next door, it adds like something extra to it.
Yeah.
It's got its own song, the water. Like they made that ride good. They did not try with the Twirl and Earl.
There are 3 different versions of the same ride at Magic Kingdom, and all 3 somehow make it feel a little bit different. So like a Twirl and Hurl, there's no like nostalgia for Dumbo or a camel you've got to like get around. Twirl and Hurl is just like, we just needed something else. What was there when it was Back to the Future? Was there anything?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing there. No, nothing there. Oh, bring back Hill Valley.
It never even was Hill Valley. They called it World Expo.
That's true. Kenny, you know all the information.
He's looked at a map.
You are the true Universal Studios Florida goat.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Although I will say, I think Back to the Future is more beloved now than it was when it closed in 2007.
Yeah, true.
I really
That's
think if it had the nostalgia it's got now, it probably still would be there up until like probably 3 years ago.
That's the same for like Twister. Twister, like nobody was doing that, but now that it's gone, everyone's like, "Oh my god!"
Do you not think that happens all the time though? Anytime a ride closes, like Rip Ride Rocket, no one cared about. And now it's like, oh my god, Rip Ride Rocket's closing. And like on the last day of operations, there'll be like 2-hour waits for that ride because I need to be the last person on that ride. It's so stupid.
I'll bring them up again, but that's the reason why Disney takes away Main Street Electrical Parade and then they bring it back. They always want there to be a last time to see it, and then it comes back, like just to capitalize on that. They want to do it, but yeah, band breaking up, getting back together. That's just humans. We're very predictable.
Moving into DreamWorks Land next, then we've got Roller Coaster. Obviously, it's a kids coaster, so again, it's a little bit tough for us to rank it. I mean, for me personally, I'm 6'2", and Sam knows because I rode Woody Woodpecker with him. I nearly broke my ankle trying to get into that ride because she was like, "Can you move your foot anymore?" And I was like, "Where am I supposed to go? I can't move." So for me, it's a little bit of a challenge to get. I mean, I don't do that ride. I've done it once to say I've done it. But yeah, my ankle was on like a right angle, so it wasn't too comfortable. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about this ride. For kids, I guess it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the kids love Poppy. I've actually only ridden it once as well during team member preview for DreamWorks Land when I could just walk on, and it made sense to not wait. Yeah, I think it's cute. I think it's the perfect theme. It's a great name. It's such a good name. So yeah, I mean, I'm giving it a D for DreamWorks. So.
I mean, the front of that coaster, the front of the coaster is frightening, isn't it? It's like it's a literal nightmare. Like it scares me.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
So
the face on the parade as
Yeah,
well.
it's
yeah.
the catter bus. Woo!
Terrifying. Kenny, where are you at?
I gave it a C.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone same as you, Danielle. I've gone D, and I thought that was being quite kind, to be honest. But
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can probably be talked down to a D, and I
mhm.
have some gripes with it. Number one, they don't have the license for like actual Trolls music. Like they can't just, pump some Justin Timberlake in there all day
You love
long.
that music, don't you, Kenny? I've seen you
It's
at the
just,
Sensational,
oh yeah.
busting your
But
moves.
but it's also not JT and sensational. So I just think
No.
so I think it's something with that music, yeah, where I don't know why. It's
It's
their movie. Like why? The sensational, like it's not, and the reason my sister was, because my sister has a 2-year-old, she's like, that's not even the song. But as soon as Sensational's over, you hear Hair Up from the Trolls movie. So like the park itself can play the soundtrack, but the show and the attraction can't. So
which
I don't.
is really weird. They just play this weird generic pop music in that whole
Mhm.
troll section. I'm like, this is like
Yeah,
anti what the movie is.
yeah, yeah.
Why did you put C then for roller coaster?
Because like I said, it's for kids. I think it's a pretty decent attraction. Like it does its job. I mean, it's just carrying on Woody Woodpecker's mantle. So
I
small
think
gripe. They couldn't add like a second train like they did on Hippogriff. Like I think that would help that
Yeah.
ride so much. But that's just
do you ride it often, Kenny?
just once. I've done it once, and I got
Okay.
my ride photo from it. It was pretty cute.
Oh, nice.
That'll be in the show notes. That and the Fast and Furious opening sign with Danielle.
Are we all agreed on D then, Kenny? You happy to
Yeah,
come
Yeah.
down?
D's good. I can go to D.
Again, the people of Instagram said D as well, 62%. So that seems
I
right.
think because we all are over 4.5 feet, so we have to. But Cassie's. I mean, we'll see what Cassie says.
Cassie might not be. Sorry, Cassie. And last, but by no means least, the ET adventure, the OG, and another one in which could be controversial. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm hoping not. Um, if this
Jay, you
doesn't,
start then.
oh no. I mean, it's at the very top for me. It's top tier. It's just whether it goes S or A. I think I'm going to go with S, and it's an interesting one. This because if it doesn't hold nostalgia for you, or if you've never seen ET and you ride this ride, you'll be like, "What the hell am I experiencing right now? This is completely crazy." But for those like us that have that extremely powerful emotional connection to ET and the ride, it's just so strong, isn't it? Like, is it the most fun, exciting ride? No, of course it's not. But it gives off different feelings. Like we all love it for a slightly different reason, I feel. Is that fair?
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, Kenny, you're not going to put it C, are you? You're not going to
Oh
go the other
no,
way.
I have it
Okay.
as an A. Like I think it's a great ride.
Oh, Danielle, where you
Um,
at?
I have it as an A as well.
Oh, I went too high then. I thought, I
That's
thought,
okay.
I thought me saying it was S/A was like I was covering all areas.
No, I don't think that's wrong for this because
Mm,
it is really hard to like not account for like the emotional factor. But I'll let
yeah.
Kenny continue with his reasoning.
yeah, so I tried not to let nostalgia cloud too much of it because looking back on like all the OG classic rides, I don't feel like ET was as highly regarded as those. And I think part of the reason we love it now is because it's still here. Like if
Yeah,
it
that's
closed
fair.
like 10 years ago, I don't think it would be as revered. But
Yeah.
now that it's still here after 35 years, I'm like, well, don't get rid of it ever.
I mean, when that closes, there will be some
Oh, there's gonna
commotion.
be riots. Like
Well, they can't, right?
No, not
Then
no.
they'll
allegedly, allegedly.
Kenny,
then
you'll
they'll
know the
take out
details.
Jurassic. They'll take out Jurassic Park if they close it because like Spielberg will pull the plug on it. Um, yeah. So I have it as an A. The main thing that's holding it back for me is it's just a bunch of kind of like, yeah, we get to see Spielberg like talk with ET, but what is he telling us? Is it relevant? Like, so I just look for his friends along the way, like, okay, yeah, but I just don't think my purpose is clear on it. So I like this. Maybe I'm just like lost in the storyline a bit, but I think tying it back to Men in Black, the physical elements of this, like how it's constructed, what you're actually entering, like this whole world is so amazing. Starting from doors open. Obviously, you have to wait outside a little bit, but once you're in the forest, like it is such an immersive experience that you're literally a part of ET's universe for the time that you're there. But yeah, I like the bike. I like the ride vehicle. It's such a to me, it's a unique ride vehicle. I haven't seen something like that. Yeah, and it
And
comes out of the basket.
the queue smells so nice.
Yeah.
It smells amazing, doesn't it? Kenny, what's that face for?
Oh no, I was just like
Oh,
nostalgically
right.
I was
thinking about it.
concerned.
Sorry.
So was I. I thought you were going to say,
Oh
I hate the
no.
smell.
No, I had drifted off into like Dreamland or something. I don't know.
He was like,
DreamWorks
"How does
Land.
Daniel not understand the plot of a children's ride?"
To be fair, I don't get too into like the details of the story of rides. I just ride rides. Do you know what I mean? I just sit on the
Yeah.
ride and enjoy the what's going
Okay,
on.
now I am making a face. Okay, no.
I'm just not that observant. Maybe I need to be more observant.
Okay, but like studio nerd time here. So there was like I guess another version of the pre-show for this ride, which gave it a whole different story, like
Okay.
these movie set extras. I think that's what they used in the very early '90s for it. There's probably YouTube evidence of it somewhere, but they tried to really sell it like, oh yeah, you're shooting the sequel to ET or something like that. And then they
Yeah,
realized that was dumb.
Because ET's Planet, like it is the sequel. Like that is the sequel, so that makes sense that we would be extras on it. But maybe they were like, oh, okay, we're really doing like this. We're a bit extra with the extras plot line right now, so maybe we should figure something else out. But yeah, it's such a good ride, and I think they like switched the gun for the walkie, which I thought was like such a good little. I think it was a relevant swap. Yeah, just the sight of flying over the cities. It hits every time. The tunnel with the stars. Yeah, it's just really, really good.
Go with A, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
We're not ending on a fight.
No, we're not going to go back to Simpsons. So interestingly, the people of Instagram went for S, the
Yeah.
36%, which again that surprises me.
Nostalgia.
It's so strong, isn't it? But like, if you're just going to Universal for the first time and you don't really know, you've never seen ET, you go on that ride, you'll come off that and go, "That was terrible." You would, wouldn't you?
I don't know, like if they would, but I think a point to be made was Universal itself was like, maybe we should put the sign out further so people even know that this ride is here.
That big sign now.
They're like, hey, just so you know, it's still.
It is in a weird spot, isn't it?
Weird.
Like, they've just put like DreamWorks around it, and ET's just in the corner still.
Yeah, I got to save that queue for HHN.
Exactly.
No, but I think it would be a disservice to Universal Studios if it was not an A, or an A or an S. So to knock it to a B, it's like we've lost the plot at that point. I think it has to be an
A. Finally, then, just a quick recap of what we decided. Minion Mayhem went for C, Minion Blast D, which I'm surprised Minion Blast is lower than Minion Mayhem personally, but that's by the by. Rip Ride Rocket B, Jimmy Fallon C, The Mummy S, Transformers B, Fast and Furious F, of course, Gringotts A, Men in Black A, Simpsons B somehow. Sorry, guys. Roller Coaster D, ETA, and Twirl and Hurl, which we all forgot about, or I forgot about, was F. Yeah, don't know if that's harsh or not.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it spelled out. I don't know if you're going to do it with like the little logos on each one, but it'd be fun to see.
I guess I'm doing it now.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were going to do.
Yeah.
I will do it. I will do my best.
Cool janky logos for it.
Right, I think that'll do it for today's episode. We've gone on long enough, and I said at the start it was going to be interesting to see where we all were on certain rides, and it was definitely interesting. Some surprises along the way, but that's what makes it so fun, I guess.
No, this is great. Thanks. I enjoy hanging out and arguing with you guys.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. I feel less bullied now. You guys really, really helped me out earlier in the episode.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you both for joining me and taking the time out of your day. And we'll see you all in the next one.
Yay. Bye.